Now, what is manga and anime? You have to know these are things that have taken the world by storm. All right. So, parents, if you're not aware, you have to be, because your children can grow into it, and you yourself may not be aware. And young people, if you know, then pay attention. Right? Pay attention. Now, this first session is to cover, I just want to set the expectation, is to cover what they are, what they contain. I won't dwell into very much what is wrong yet, all right? But I want to paint a picture. I want to paint a picture to you all to understand manga is not as simple and as narrow as it seems, all right? It's very wide-ranging, and it's very influential. It's very influential. So this session is just to set your understanding the scope and the span in which manga and anime covers. All right. Then next time we come back, try to remember these things. Next time we come back, we will use scriptural principle to answer some questions that the young people have, some questions that you may have also. All right. So part one. Now, this is famous, common, all right? Many of even the adults. All right, just now Jonathan said you've never heard of manga and anime, not sure what it is. Have you seen this Astro Boy? When we were young, we watched this cartoon, all right? It is still very popular today, Astro Boy, all right? Now, in 1952, this Astro Boy was created. Today, it's still very popular. Now, it's a little robot created by a scientist. Well, this is a story. The son was killed in an accident. So this man created this little robot, and this little robot never grows up, but became his own child. Right now, this was drawn by a man. All right, this particular person, and he came to be known as, look at the bottom, the father of manga. Now, manga is basically drawings. All right. Especially from Japan. I'll show you a definition afterwards. But basically, actually, long time ago, all right, early centuries, these drawings of this Japanese sort were already there. But the manga that as we know today really was started by this man. Okay, so this person who started to draw the Astro Boy. In the 50s. Now, he is called the father of manga, grandfather of manga. He's even called the god of manga. All right? Now, what is manga? All right? The typical definitions is usually taken to refer to Japanese cartoons, Japanese drawings. All right? So, it's basically Japanese drawings, likely to have these typical features: large eyes, funny, colorful hair, very outstanding dressing, colorful, different series catered to different populations. So they go into series as well. I'll show you afterwards. And then the plots can go around everyday people's life. And that is where it is very powerful. It is not just, you think like when we are young, we read Tom and Jerry or that kind of thing. No, this is really like depicting normal, real-life people's life, all right? And aspects of spirituality are also brought in. Now, of course, because it hails from Japan, so their Shinto values and all that, their religion, very often is imbibed into this drawing. They can't help it because it's their religion, all right? So there are drawings. Now, so more specifically, what is manga? A style of Japanese comic books, graphic novels. So don't think of it like a few pages of cartoons or cartoons you read in the newspaper, that's all. No, it is even novels, drawing graphic novels. Now, typically aimed at adults as well as children. So parents, don't think that manga are only for children. It's a huge thing. You travel in some of these countries, especially Japan, you see fully grown adult businessmen, right, in trains. They are reading these comic novels. So now you can range. The term manga is used in Japan to refer to both comics and and cartooning. Comedy, detective, drama, historical, horror, mystery, romance, science fiction, fantasy, erotica, sports. So now at this point, I just want you to know, don't think of manga as just cartoon books. It is targeted. They have serials that are just comedy, serials that are mystery, detective, crime, drama, historical even. It's like history. And of course, a lot of horror, a lot of, and for the girls, all right, romance, and a lot of fantasy, futuristic things, and worst of all, pornography as well, all right, ranging from sexual, very sexual themes to pornography, outright pornography. So it is a huge area that people around the world are very much into. All right, now, so that is manga. Then what is anime? What is anime? Now, in Japanese, the term anime used to refer all animated works. Animated means action. So there's movement. It's like a movie, all right? The drawings come to life like a movie. Like when we were young unbelievers, we read some of these comic books, Spider-Man, and now Spider-Man is made into an animated cartoon movie as well, all right, serial. So refer to animated works, regardless of style or origin. Now, English language dictionaries typically refer to it as a style of Japanese animation or a style of animation originating from Japan. So when you say manga anime, it typically means the Japanese range. But it doesn't stop there. Its influences has now gone to Germany, US, huge, all right? Many countries. And they're often called anime or manga influence. Manga influence drawings. They're influenced by manga, all right? So manga anime typically linked to the Japanese sort. Now, then what is the difference between anime and cartoon? All right, so parents say, they're just watching cartoon. Now, cartoon, typically people use the word cartoon referring to a model or study for painting associated with caricatures. Now, for humor or satire, for humor or jokes, you know, depicting certain things. But anime concentrates mostly on life issues, tied closer to human emotions, has more violence, sexual themes, all right? So cartoons generally to make people laugh, more comical and just mindless. But know this, anime and or manga and anime, now they concentrate on life issues. So don't think that your children are reading things or some adults are reading things just funny things. No, there can be very serious link to human emotions, violence, sexual themes. Okay? Now, in fact, I want to say this at this point. So with that, one of the teens that I spoke with is very astute, very observant, all right? This person asked, you know, Pastor, you warn us again watching movies, right? Movies. So is watching anime or reading manga just like the same thing? Now, what do you think? It is exactly the same thing. In fact, I would say it's worse. Because, now, for adults, so I explained to the person, you see your grandma, you see your parents, hopefully before they were saved, watch Hong Kong serials, Taiwan serials, Korean serials, all right? But for children, for the younger ones, this is their serials, all right? So they're absorbing life values, they're absorbing, and they're following a series. They are not interested in watching your adult Hong Kong serial, but this is very, very much their serials, their drama serials. That is what it is. But it's worse because in there, you can draw anything, they can be anything. You know, even for serials, for Hollywood movies, there's still a limitation in the human actors. But in manga and anime, there is no limitation on how to portray what they want to portray. All right? So you must understand that first. I'm going to show you the series, the themes that are present in there. You'll be surprised. It is not just cartoons that your children are reading and watching. Right? Grandparents are here too. You have to be very aware. If you have unbelieving children or backslided children, and you see your children into these things, you have to warn them. Do your part. All right? So I'm glad grandparents are also here. And the teens, you're here as well. Now, how are the drawings like? How did they progress? Now, look at this. On the left side is the person who started to draw Astro Boy. So on the left side are these drawings. All right? Very innocent looking, very cute. Look at the lion. So cute, right? Look at the actually, I don't know, Kimba. It's a white lion. So I guess you have Lion King, Simba, I guess. And the elephants. Look at them. Also so cute looking, right? You feel like hugging them as well, right? So cute. And then when they draw certain life story, look at the lady. Quite demure, quite innocent looking, quite modest, right? In the dressing and all that, right? And then, now, this is the beginning, the father of manga, as we know today in this form. His drawings were like that. How did it progress over the years? Look at, these are just some I picked up from the internet. I just say popular manga drawings today, and these are the kind. You see how the drawings and the themes progress. See, from very innocent, cute-looking animals to, well, a group of animals, living together, to gangsterish, demon slayers, vampire slayers, very dark themes. That's why I wanted to cover dark themes first, before this. So look at the top right, night scene, right? Before that, day scene. Remember? The dark things, very often night scenes. And carrying samurai swords. Actually, I covered their bottom. It's quite indecent. And people have this violent look. Actually, it's quite sad. Recently, I look at some people's wedding photos. And sometimes I think, did they get these ideas from all these manga? You see how this group of men standing like that? People's wedding, now they must all do this. Wear all black, wear sunglasses, all stand like gangsters in this group form. Where did they get these ideas from? All right, so, but that is how it influences life. And look at, I don't even know what to call this thing in the middle. All right, but monster looking, very huge change. Now, I'm sure we're in the beginning, instead of Kimba, straight away were the drawings on the right. I don't think any parents are going to let their children read it. Agree? Which parents say, it's fine. They say, what are you reading? But it progresses. There's a lot of violence. Look at the hairstyle, look at the blood and gore, and then look at that picture. Lesbianism, right? They can portray anything they want, right? So the change over the years, that is just the main point of this. Now, know that the manga and the anime, they are very targeted. Know this. So if you pick up something, know that they're targeting audiences. Kodomo, they target children. So for children, simple, imaginative stories teaching morals and values. That is the danger. You just look at children, they're teaching good values. What's the problem? All right? We'll cover what's the problem next week, all right? Because someone asked. It's just the drawing that is wrong or the content that is wrong. We'll cover that. Like shonen, 少年, right? Shonen, young boys, less than mid-teens. So this is an industry where they create content that are targeted to certain audience and molding certain things in their mind. Then we have seinen, young men from teens to 20. All right, so for the young boys, usually about a hero they look up to, action, adventure, then begin their fighting. But now the next range. So all these are there, the next range. Young men range, more violence, psychological things, suicide, that kind of things. Then begin to have some sexual things involved. Right? So some of them are really disgusting. In doing this research, You look at them. You have homosexuality, you have all that kind of things in there. And then you have soujos, right? For the young girls, the mid-teen girls, right? Which girls want to read all these violent things? Maybe not yet. Maybe some of you do. But they will target the girls as well, all right? And in there, usually there is a female lead, all right? A famous female lead. Like in school, just like school life, there's always one very popular girl that is the leader. So there's usually female lead and idealized romance and relationships. So lots of themes around romance, relationship. That is where you are developing your ideas about romance and relationship. So they are very targeted. They can include male homosexual love stories as well, young boy love, all right? So all these kind of things. Very, very, actually very disgusting, very sinful. But it's in picture form, drawings, and animation form that looks so innocent, looks so attractive, looks so life, just real life, that's all. Now, then we have Jose, or don't know how you pronounce that, adult ladies, not spared. Adult ladies, mainly working women, so no wonder. I see just like the men are always reading, the women are always reading as well. Now, recently I had to buy a bag to carry all the church things. And you know how the Japanese promote that bag? They say many zip, many compartments. So I say, oh, quite good. My Bible, my books, my medication, my everything. I say, wow, the compartments are very good. But for them, they unzip one manga, unzip another manga, unzip behind another manga, unzip the back, another manga, from the bottom, another manga. To them is, you see how many manga magazines it can carry for you on the train that you can read? It is basically life. It surrounds around that. Right? So now, so for the adults, more realistic, interpersonal relationships, but darker themes. Maybe adulteries, maybe fornication, maybe that kind of thing. Now, male leads are usually the pretty boy, usually not manly, but usually a pretty boy. Pretty boy, not handsome man. Pretty boy, that kind of boy band look, I guess. Featuring them often having homosexual undertones as well. All right, so now hentai, now these would be graphic, hardcore adult themes. Graphic, hardcore adult themes. So what I'm trying to say, they have a range. They have a range to cater to everybody. Now, let me just show you some. I said this week is to give you an idea. This is a whole industry, a whole world by itself that we are outside looking in and we don't realize this is a whole world. You let your children, you let your adult mind enter it, you enter a new world that you cannot get out of. Now let me just show you some things. Like Doraemon, all right? I say Doraemon, all the kids say, yeah, we heard of Doraemon, our friends. Doraemon, robot cat, so very innocent, robot cat in a time machine, so go back in time to improve his life, try to make the future better. So they also, at a very young age, they have these kind of things. Pokemon, monster, trainers traveling the world to collect the little monsters and training them into battles with other Pokemon. Now look at the Pokemon. How adorable can it be? Right? But it is a monster. Monsters must be cute, all right, to the children. Because children, you show them this Gary thing, oh, Daddy, I don't want to read. I cannot sleep at night. It begins with Pokemon, the cute monster. Then it will slowly progress to the very gorish ghouls. Ghouls are creatures that eat human flesh. It progresses there. That's why I want to show you the progression. So your kids that are looking at all these things to them, just cute. Just cute. Now, if your children are into this, these are monsters traveling the world, you know. Why are you letting your children, grandchildren, imbibe the idea of monsters traveling the world to do what? Collect monsters, to fight monsters. It's not even a theme, a thought that you want children to have. But because it's cute, parents, grandparents, you don't notice it, right? Now, these are the most popular cakes for birthday, right? Agree? You go to a shopping mall, Pokemon, Doraemon, all the right? Monster, right? Lots of them. But it's all very cute, very cute. But your children, they are now instead of a cake that have a Bible verse to encourage them, a cake that have monsters on it. What are we thinking? But we think it's just cute. That is the danger. On the outside it's cute, but the storyline behind is not. It's dangerous. You're imbibing into them from a very young age. This is fine. If daddy, mommy let me have it, if grandpa, grandma let me have it and buy it for me even, it must be fine. We studied that at family seminar, right? Now, Naruto, the most famous one. They say this is the classic. If you don't know Naruto, you do not know manga. I didn't know Naruto, right? Until I studied it. I didn't know. We're supposed to be the famous one, guided by spirit demon within him. But you see, he was orphaned as a young child, and he wanted to harness his powers to be a ninja and fight against evil. You see, they seem to have themes that are good, but at the same time, they are spirit demons, guided by spirit demons inside him. Now, we teach people, make sure you get saved, you have the Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit. But they are reading demon spirits in them, guiding them. So, look at this kind of drawing, right? Look at this kind of hairstyle. So, now, then you have romance genre. Now, I keep saying, I want you to know, they are not just small little things. They are very serious in their themes. For girls, romance, I think these are the famous ones. I try to Google and try to ask people what are the famous ones. Fruits Basket. Sounds so innocent, right? Fruits Basket. But what is it? An orphan girl. Orphan, right? Very appealing, right? Orphan girl learns that 12 members of the Soma family are possessed by animals of the Chinese zodiac. It is about zodiacs, all right? So the drawing around her are all the 12 signs of the zodiac. They are possessed. But you see, the story is Toru learns of hardships and pain they face, helps heal their emotional wounds. Toru also learns more about herself and how much others care for her. Now, my point is this. The theme is mystical. The theme are devilish. God said, have nothing to do with people that read stars, that seek to know the future. God said, have kill those people, burn them. They are witches. But you see, this is the theme. But the theme in the life, what I'm trying to say is, it's just normal life, no? Hardship, face pain, people love them. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's just like you watching serials as an adult. But you get very drawn to it. Then you have Sailor Moon, a princess soldier destined to save the world. No, Jesus Christ is the one who saved the world. So they are having a lot of different heroes in their mind. Right? Group of girls kicking monsters and so on. Well, this kind of drawing. Look at the way the ultra miniskirt. Where do you think girls begin to dress like that? Where do we learn from? Now, next week I'm going to cover, the next time we come back, I'm going to cover this whole area of people dressing up like these manga characters, right? I will cover that as well. Maybe some of your friends do that. In fact, I saw a big group of girls doing that in, I can't remember, I think it was Garden City food court. All right? They look like that. Can you imagine Garden City food court with a bunch of girls in different colored hair and sharp ears? All right? It's school holidays. Now, then they have another one, something kiss, Kami-sama's kiss. All right? Again, high school girl saves young man from dogs. The young man offers her to live at his place and kisses her on the forehead, and then the kiss passes her the mark of deity. Spiritual themes. Yes, helping people is good then, but the theme is now she succeeds as the shrine's fox spirit. Now, these are things that are very, very much what people read, all right? Now, so is it really romance? All this romance have mystical, devilish themes around it. When we did dark things, we said the same thing. This is the realm of the manga area. The dark themes also is romance, but it's a wolf in love with a human being and got married and produced, I don't know what kind of child, all right? That kind of story. But it's around romance, Then we have comedy. Comedy is fine, right? But the comedy is the demon Lord Satan. The demon Lord Satan fought with someone. He lost, and then he had to flee to Japan, and his magic slowly deplete, and he was forced to act as a normal human being in order to survive. So I guess he worked in a restaurant and all that. The hero follows them, right? So this is about Satan. Blatantly, say Satan lost his power, then Satan become like a human, have to work, have to make money. So poor thing. Then we have sports area. Haiku, all right? I don't know how you pronounce that. But now, this is to aim at a group of boys. This mystical, silly. But then they have sports as well, right? The real life, right? Championship match on TV, junior high schooler, volleyball clubs, he's a short boy, but he managed to succeed in all these games. Your child can relate to that. My point is this, all right? Even if it is not all this mystical thing, but he begins with relating to some of these things in his own life. So, as an adult, you think children, they don't go through struggles? Hentai, anime and manga feels that emptiness in them. They can relate to it. They may not talk to you. They may not want to talk to you when they start reading these things. Yeah, this is like my life. How to handle this? Yeah, I can relate to that. Then you have basketball team and all that. Now, and very often this end up in there is some homosexuality in there. All right, so now like basketball teams and all that, very, very, very normal things. All right, making their play for glory and all that, very normal themes. Very normal thing. So it's just like adults. Listen, adults. All right, you shouldn't watch all these Hong Kong, Korean, China, Taiwan serials. Say no good. I imbibe all these wrong things. Yeah, it may be life and all that, but I know they are teaching me wrong values. When your children are watching and reading this, they are watching the children version of all these things. The same thing, but probably far more wicked because of all the themes of mysticism and all that. Of course, they will go full-blown. Those who love the supernatural, the occult, the dark things, full-blown. All right, Death Note, supernatural powers. The user can kill anyone just by entering his or her name in the book. That kind of thing. And children read it, they love it. All right, Tokyo Ghoul. Ghoul is a half-human creature. All right, that resembles human, but they feast on human flesh. They eat human flesh. So they go around their lives and all that. So people read all this. You see, the range is huge. Your child starts with cute little Pokemon when they are in maybe year 3, year 4, year 5. They will progress. We have Demon Slayer. We have Neon Genesis Evangelion. Right? It's like the gospel, Evangelion. All right? So Tokyo under attack by creatures, and these people, the only way for humanity to battle the angels is through young Shinji Ikari. No, Christ is the one that will destroy demons, not all these things. Your children are interested in this, right? Demon slayers. Of course, we have superheroes, right? Famous one, high schooler. I didn't know it was famous. I just typed famous superheroes in anime. And this one came up. The hero is called All Might. One Punch. I didn't know that One Punch. Maybe that's why Australians learn from One Punch. Action comedy. Action but comedy. Follows eccentric individual who longs to fight strong enemies, can give him excitement. The story of this person, a hero that does it just for fun and can defeat his enemies with a single punch. Sounds familiar? Sounds familiar? I wonder whether this One Punch people catch all this from here. It's called One Punch, and do it for fun. Just do it for fun. Now, I try to blur up something. Some of them are really very, very violent. Now, but at this point, I just want to say this. Why am I showing you all this? If you think this innocent, cute little nothing, even in the non-mystical realm, all right, just little girls living in school, basketball team kind of thing, just it's fine. They create a whole range of either themes or genres, if you know the themes, the topics, for different age group. Not just the breadth from normal life to sexual to demonic. They carry a whole theme, but in each theme, for different age group. Now, why do I want to say that? Because it is a huge industry. These are unbelievers. They have nothing in their life. They follow. So when they're young, they follow this series. They follow these kind of things. Now, for many of us, when we're young, we like something that as we grow up, it's not there anymore. That's it. It's the end. They say, yeah, this is a kiddish thing. I don't play with it anymore. I don't look at it anymore. But manga and anime is different. They progress it for you. Meaning to say, when you go from Kimba to Pokemon, as you grow, don't worry. You won't outgrow it, because from Pokemon, we have another series for you. Same kind of storyline theme, but now Pokemon is replaced by something more devilish, more evil. But for your age group, girls, well, when young, it's just little girl playing together, you know. And then, don't worry, when you grow up, there is another series for you. Romance is there. Don't worry, when you grow to working adults, family life is there. So the grip, my point is this manga and anime has a grip on you. The moment you enter it, I told you, you enter into a new world, it is a real world to them. Because it's really about life. It's just like people who cannot resist. I just have to follow this series. What's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? That is how it is. They will follow. And then when they grow up, don't worry. Another range is waiting for me. You stay in there. In other words, the addiction, the grip doesn't leave you for life. Now I begin to understand. How come some of my colleagues, Japanese colleagues, they are white hair men. They are senior managers. All right? You would think that children, school children with their uniform would read comics on the train. I say, this senior manager is reading comics. Did you appoint the right person to lead the business there? They're reading comics because it follows you, it grips you, you stay in there, just moving to another theme. That's all. That's all. And sometimes I look and say, oh, that is pretty sexual in theme. Why do people read it openly on the train? It's terrible. You know, alone in a room already, you should not, but it's open. This is normal already, normalized. Normalized. So, if you start there, you will just keep moving to next and next and next and next and next, and you stay in there. You do not get out of it. That is the grip. That is the trap. Now, in fact, this is how it works, all right? It's very difficult to leave this, so please do not start. It's very difficult to leave. Now, they have manga, right? Manga is the drawing. So they have manga of maybe Pokemon, right? And Pokemon is going through this. So they have a comic book. Okay, the Pokemon's life, and in this series, Pokemon is going through this, or a romance going through this. Now, anime means this. They take that comic and that series, what is happening, they turn it into anime, all right? But they need to wait for the next manga, next episode to come up, next book to come up about Pokemon or whoever. They need to wait for the next one. But anime is faster. They can use computer animation. They can use all those kind of things very fast. They can create. In order to wait for the next series to come up, because anime is building on these drawings. Now what they have is called fillers. Fillers. F-I-L-L-E-R. Fillers are this. Fillers are, well, we follow the cartoon, but you know, it cannot make a 1 hour video. So the storyline is the same, but they add stories in between that is not fully related, and so on. Now, why am I telling you all this? There's a reason. You move from manga. You just read and just read. Then you progress to anime. But the grip is stronger. What do I mean by that? What they do is they make the characters very real to you by using fillers. So, for example, right, Pokemon going through this, or whoever else, I don't know who else, Fruit Basket, all right, Toru, all right? Toru is going through this, all right, these things in the hard copy drawing. But I said, let's let the girls know more about Toru's background, how she was born. And then when she was growing up, what happened? What happened? Or maybe for Pokemon, how did he origin? So they add fillers to make the characters very relatable, make the characters almost like your friend that you want to know more and more and more about. That is where the grip gets worse. It's almost like these things are real to you. You know, sometimes I just don't understand. People watch movie serials, and then they talk like as if this is real. This woman is real, and then this life is real. It is not. For the children, that is what is happening to them. They turn all these characters into someone that they will even begin to love, and they want to follow, and they want to know more, and they will keep tracking and tracking and tracking. They go deeper and deeper and deeper, just following. Their minds are drawn so deep into these things. That is anime. They use the fillers to do that. People's life get ruined by these things. Means what? They cannot stop reading. They go to work. Oh, now this time in this series, I can know what happened previously to this person and all that. I want to follow. They follow and follow and follow until their work goes downhill. They can't do their job. They are just following it as if it's a real thing. You think about Pokemon. Do you remember Pokemon days in Perth? What I mean is the time where it became actually, what spurned them? Was it McDonald's that spurned it? Go around collecting monsters? Someone help me. How did it start in Perth? Pokemon mobile games, is it? Yeah, then it started here. I never forgot. I think we drove some visitors up to Kings Park at night. You know, Kings Park at night is very dark. When I reached there, my hair stood up. My hair really stood up. I said, what's happening here? It was a whole big mess of children and adults, even grandfather-looking adults. You know what was so scary about it? It's very dark. And then all I see is light shining in people's face, you know. And then I didn't know what is happening. It's like zombie land. Zombie land, just going, and people just going around the park. And it was so eerie. What were they doing? Because I guess some special monster is there for them to catch. So they went there to collect the monsters. You see the grip. This is not for Christian. It's very serious. So parents don't think, but it's just Pokemon. It's monsters. Do not, young ones, if you like that, the next time you see Pokemon on the table, all right? Tell mommy, daddy, can you please burn this? This is a monster, all right? If you see it on your birthday cake, daddy, mommy, can we cut the head and then throw it away, all right? Not keep it in your drawer after that, right? It's so popular in shops. Now you think that is all? No. And then we close, all right? Actually, I need to close. I'll just cover the principle. Manga Bibles, Manga Evangelism, produced by Tyndale Publications. All right? So you see here, this is Jesus Christ, you know. Yeah, what? Somebody, what? What? All right, Manga Messiah. All right, all this I will cover next week. All right, I will tell you what even in the Christian realm, how it has now grown into the Christian realm, and parents are buying it by the millions for their children to read. Will we end up like that? What is wrong? Is it okay? The theme is correct. It's in the Bible. Is it wrong? All right, so we are out of time. But I want you to know the range and the danger. You do not get out of it. It's always something there for you. We study from the Word of God what is wrong. Let us pray. What do we have here? Top 5 reasons why church dropouts, what church dropouts say, why they stop attending church. Now, please remember 66% well, I take the American view, they are the most readily available results. They stop attending church at least a year after turning 18. So from